Hey everybody, this is Glidercat and it's time to play. Today we're going to start a new Let's Play series here on a game called CEO. And I've been playing this game for about 7 hours. I can't believe it. But it's kind of pulled me in. We're going to start a brand new game here. Let's go into custom game. And I think I'm going to go with these default settings. We'll look at configure and just see what the options are. Regions. Not really sure what that is. We'll have 2 of them, so we'll get to explore that. Local vendors level medium, economy level medium, competitors 4. That sounds good. All medium difficulties here, it looks like. Seaports 2 each. Import quality level medium, natural resources medium. Constant imports, sure. Stock market available, yes. Trade secrets, I'm not sure what that is. And price agreements cannot undercut the producer. We'll see that as we play, I believe. And then auctions use auctions. So let's go with all of that. And then it's put a name in here for Glidercat Corporation automatically. I'll just take that. And then it says goals, max here. So now we can configure all the goals. I'll show you. So if we wanted to say for this scenario, we want to reach a certain net worth and call that our winning condition, we could do that. Same thing with all of these other criteria. We're just going to go with nothing. We're going to go kind of wide open. This year's to accomplish goals. This is just a timer, a self-imposed timer. Once you hit that timer, you can still play on. It's just setting a goal for you. But we're going to play kind of open-ended and just just explore the game. Let's go ahead and hit start. So yeah, I was looking through my wish list and found this game. It's been in my wish list for a long time. I reached out to the developer to request a press key and they granted my request. Started playing this morning and got sucked in pretty heavily and decided to do a let's play. So let's explore the game. Up here at the top is a game speed timer. I'm going to go ahead and put this on pause for the moment. That's the lowest speed. And let's take a look at our map. So this is our map. From what I understand, we can't really build roads ourselves or build bus depots, any of that kind of stuff. Products are going to move around on their own, but we can place different buildings. And here is the construction menu up at the top left. Construct a new building. We can build stores, factories, farms, warehouses, office buildings, mines, oil wells, and it looks like a logging camp. And we'll be doing probably all of those as we play. What else do we have here? We've got a menu item that shows all of our buildings. Currently, we don't own anything or have anything, so that display is empty. We'll see that in the future. This button brings up a list of all of the products in the game. You can see we've got baby strollers and all the way down, lots of products we can produce. All the way down to yogurt. And this isn't even all of the materials in the game. These are like the end products. There's a bunch of all of, like the crops are not shown here. The raw ore is not shown here. So these are final products that we can market and sell. What else we've got? This is a summary of our corporation. Again, we don't own anything yet, so there's not much to see here. But you can see there's an overview of all of our buildings, the products that we're currently producing, income statement, different charts on our profit and revenue. This will show our market dominance for the products that we're making and or selling. It will show how well we're doing in competition with the other 4 firms on the map. This is brand information. We'll see that later. These are the goals. We don't have any goals, so it just says 40-year time frame. Free game, no goals. And then policy, we can set this if we want. This is the Glidercat Corporation policy. We're going to give the CEO, let's say, $1 million a year in salary and a bonus of 4% of the annual profits. And then for dividends, let's set that to 4% as well. Let's make this actually like 1% of the company profits goes to the CEO, and the dividends will do this. I believe this is going to help drive up our stock price. So we'll save that. I got to actually click OK when I set these things. So OK to that change, OK to that change. And then there's a couple brand policies. Product type policy. With the product type policy, each product has its own unique brand. With the class policy, all products in the same class use the same brand. So this has to do with how we're going to market and advertise our products and what it's going to cost. I think the product type policy is going to be a little more involved, a little higher difficulty. I'm just kind of guessing there. So we'll leave that the way it is. And then new building defaults automatically apply technology advances to the manufacturing units. We're going to keep that. New products default to earn internal sales. We will not do that. We'll see what that means later on. Let's go through these. These are the natural resources that we can purchase on the map. So if I click this little arrow, boom, it will show me where that resource deposit is on the map. And the map is loaded with these different things where we can actually purchase these resource deposits and then mine them and create products from them. We'll see that later. We've got some layers here. This shows the cost of the land. As we get into like the metropolitan area in the city, it's going to cost more. And further out to the rural areas, the land is not as expensive. Then we've got something here for building ownership. That might be a competitor building right there. Yeah, Thiel International is one of our competitors. So it's just showing that's a building they own. It's early game, so there's not too much to see here. And then this one is profitability. And I'm not sure how that is, what that's showing us yet. Still early game, so there may not be much to see here. All right, what's next? Regions, the North and the South. So we're in the North region right now. Let's go to the South. Is it just another map? It is. So this is a way of basically expanding the gameplay. So here's another map. We'll be competing on this one as well. There are 2 ports where we can buy goods, consumer goods seaport and industrial goods seaport. Let's go back to the North. Probably the same thing here, I would imagine. Yep, we've got a seaport for industrial goods and a seaport for consumer goods. We'll see that in a bit. Basically, our corporation, along with the 4 competitors, are going to spin up industry, produce and sell products. But if we need to, we can import from other places in the world, basically different types of goods. Let's keep moving. Stock exchange. So right now it's showing only 1 competitor. We'll see if we play on. I'm expecting to see 4 competitors here. I thought that's how we set it up. Well, we'll see. And then we've got the ability to take loans out. The amount that you can borrow has to do with the net worth of your corporation. So it looks like right now we could take out up to $27 million in loans. And they started us out with $55 million, it looks like, up here in the top of the screen. What else? Corporations, it's showing 2. Let's see, let's start again and make sure. I'm going to end this game. I want to make sure we have 4. So let's start up again. Custom game. Yeah, it says competitors 4, right? Configure competitors 4. That's what I want. 2 regions, seaports, 2 and 2. So that was probably fine. So here we are back again. I'm just going to pause it. And there's our corporations. Maybe the other ones will come in. There's Soros Enterprises. These are the different investors and CEOs. So there am I right here. I own 27 million stocks and they're worth $1 each apparently. And then we've got kind of a codex here that's explaining all of the different products. So we can say, how is aluminum used? You combine barley with aluminum and you get beer cans. And we can pick all the input products here. We can look at all the buildings and see what they're about. So a bunch of information basically about the game here. Consumer demand, talks about loans. We just said the corporation's credit limit is based on the corporation's current assets and operating profit for the last 12 months. So this is super useful. And then what else we got here? Log, new startup, Soros Enterprises. So we'll probably see more of these as the other companies come into being. And this is just saying what news do you want? What news items do you want to see? So we'll leave that as default. I should mention there is a tutorial scenario that will walk you through the basics of farming, producing goods, selling, how the stores operate. So it's super useful, but we're just going to jump right in. And we've got $55 million to work with. Let's get something producing and selling. So what I think I want to do first, I'm going to buy a store or build a store. And let's start with a medium store. And we need to place this somewhere in town. If I place it on open land, you can see the cost is $795,000 for the land. And the total cost of this building is $4.4 million. If I build it over houses, now the land cost goes up because we're having to buy these people out of their homes because we're taking their land. So we've got an open spot right here. Let's just take it. I click it once to say where I want to do it, where I want to build, and then I have to click the build button here to confirm it. Now we've got a store that we own. Every building in the game, you've got a bunch of slots here. And depending on the building size, that determines how many slots you've got. There's always one used up for accounting. And this is going to show us the financials of this particular building. And in a store, if I click one of these open slots, it's going to show me what I can purchase here. So there's a purchasing unit, small, medium, or large. And if you see all these little squares here, a bunch of little squares there, and then down here, that's kind of our capacity for units. And then a small purchasing unit takes one little square, a medium 2, and a large takes 4. So let's do a small purchasing unit. Boom. And this unit is gonna go out into the market and purchase goods for us. If we click on it and then pick select supplier, these are all the different things that we can purchase right now. And there's a bunch more. Right now we're early game, so there's not a lot of products to choose from. But let's pick something that we want to buy and then eventually sell. Let's buy recliners from the seaport. I'm just going to click that. I'll click over here. Now what do we want to do? We want to sell it. So I'm going to build a small sales unit. And then to get the products we purchased into the sales office, I need to click this little arrow here. Boom. Now these two are linked up. And now if I hit play, we should see these things kick on. Okay, here's the recliners. This is starting to stock up as the purchaser purchases items. So this is the supply. The supply line is how much does the seaport have available? How many recliners does the seaport have available is represented by this blue line. And then the demand is how much, or it says right there, current demand for the product. If this bar is higher than the supply bar, there is not enough supply to meet the demand. So right now the demand is smaller than the supply, so we're in good shape. Utilization shows the average level of utilization of this unit over the last month. 100% means that the unit is unable to do any more work. So this is our sales team. How effective are they at selling these recliners that are coming in from the purchasing unit? So right now we're at 67%. So that's fine. If it got up to 100, then we'd be wasting opportunity. And it looks like it is climbing. So this shows us what's the cost of a recliner. I think how much are we selling it for? Well, let's see. It looks a little different. Oh, yeah, the purchase price. Yeah, how much are we paying, I guess, to bring that in? And there's a shipping cost that gets added to that. And then at the sales unit, you can see overall we're paying $281 per unit, and we're currently selling for $245. And so we are making a profit. Utilization here is climbing up to near 100. And again, it says that unit is not able to do any more work. If we want to increase our productivity, our ability to move this product and sell it, we can invest in training down here at the bottom. So it says efficiency 33%. Higher efficiency units can move, store, and produce more units per day. And this can be increased with training. So if I invest in some training, say 50%, now over time, this sales unit's going to get more effective at selling product, and they won't be so heavily utilized. They'll be able to keep up with the flow of products coming in and out of the store here. And then let's look at accounting. So now we're starting to actually rack up some revenue here. Last month, we spent $566 to buy materials. We spent $21 in freight, spent $12 in wages, and our overhead was $58, probably for the training maybe. And then does it show our operating expenses total $656, operating profit is 14, and our profit margin is 2.2%. And then it shows our revenue last 12 months, $670,875, and our profit is slowly climbing. So that's our first little store. Now, we're in this store, we are buying from this seller, Consumer Goods Seaport. We want to kind of manufacture our own products. So let's take a look at how we do that. And we can also actually look up here and see our corporation's balance sheet. You can see there's our revenue, operating expenses, operating profit, and our net profit. So we've already started to make a little bit of money, but we've got a long way to go and lots of things to do. Let's build, let's see, what might we want to do first? Let's look at building a farm. So I'm going to go into construction, farms. Let's go large. How much money do I have? 50 million. So it's going to cost 11 million. And a farm we can put outside of town. And this will be the starting point for a pretty big production line. Let's plop that guy down, confirm it. We've got more tiles here to work with, more units to work with because it's a bigger building. So here we can choose to grow crops or raise livestock. And then if we're raising livestock, we can choose to process that livestock. Let's start. Let's see, there's an auction that's popped up. Let me pause. So on the map, we've got all these natural resources, and other corporations will sometimes sell their buildings and things. So this is a natural resource, and it's for wood. And it's showing here, the reserve is showing us how much material, it's I guess an approximation, but how much material, how much wood exists to harvest? What's the quality of the wood coming out of this forestry? That's 82, that's pretty high. And then what's the value? And then what's the bid? So we've got one of our competitors here, the Dalio Corporation, is bid 16 and 269, 660. We're going to let that auction just go. I'm going to just close it and let it run. We don't want to get involved in that just yet. So let's do our farm. We want to do some crop growing. Let's see, large is 400 grand. Let's just go large. Then we pick what crop we want to grow. Let's do corn. Now, corn's going to get planted in May and harvested in October. And in between that time, or I guess from November 1st all the way through October 1st, nothing is really going to happen. So let's select that crop, corn. And then what do we want to do with corn? We want to sell it. Or we could set up an inventory. Let's sell this. We're going to do something different with the inventory. We're going to sell it. I'm going to do a medium sales office. I'm going to click the arrow between these two. And it's not gonna show anything here because we have to wait till October before there's anything really to sell. So we can't even finish setting this up yet. But now we've got corn growing. What I want to produce, let's see. Let's look at corn. And we can look at the recipes. I'll show what I did. I just clicked on the corn icon here, boom. And that brings up a display telling us all about corn trade. There's nobody producing corn yet. We haven't harvested a crop, and no one else on the map is producing corn. I click the recipe tab. It's going to show us what can corn be used in. And I want to do this right here. The first one, canned goods. And the ingredients for that are 3 corn, 2 mutton, and 2 chicken. So let's look at the corporations. Yeah, no one's doing anything with corn yet. But we want to make these canned goods. So we're going to need chicken and we're going to need mutton. Now we've got a huge farm here. We've got a bunch of extra points. Let's raise some livestock. In fact, we can... Oh, that's fine. We'll do it here. Let's do... I'm just wondering if we should do large. Let's do large. Select livestock. We know we need chicken. Select that. And we're going to need to sell this as well. So I'll put a sales unit here, medium. Is there an arrow there? Let's see. Oh, we got an auction here. Let's just dismiss that. Sales. Poultry. I'm looking for my little arrow. They're really hard to see. Let me close that. Bring this back up. Here's our large farm. You. Should be an arrow here. Oh, I can't do that. Let's, I'll show you what. We're going to remove this. For livestock, we need to process it first. So let's go a medium livestock processing. Now I can click the arrow and send chicken into the livestock processing. We are going to make chicken. Just pass on the auction. And then we need to sell the chickens. So now we do the sales. We'll do a medium, then the arrow. And now chicken will process year round. I think there's something that'll show us that. Yeah, availability all year. So in comes chicken, supply, demand, quality. So right now our quality is 25, which is pretty low. And that's going to impact our sales price and the demand for this product. So we can invest in that quality down here. So let's do a little bit of that. We'll spend 100 grand a year. How about 150 grand a year to improve the quality of our chicken farm? And then this operation and training down here, kind of like it was in the store, this is going to allow us to have, I think, a bigger herd. And our herd size right here says 528,000. If we want to have more chickens from this one farm, we can invest in operation and training. Let's do it. Let's just invest like 15% in that. Okay, then we go to processing. We've got chicken being processed. And we've got 975,000 in units of chicken already in here. Let's go to sales. There's no demand right now for chicken, but we're going to solve that in an issue. And that's in a minute. That's why this is not processing anymore, because our sales office is full and no one is buying. We're going to solve that right now. Or in a minute. Let's get our last ingredient for those canned vegetables or canned goods. And I think that was mutton. So let's do a large mutton, which is sheep. Okay. We'll invest in quality improvement there. Same kind of thing, 155. And then we'll do a little bit here. We need to process that. We'll go with the medium. Select product. Mutton. And then we need to sell it. medium, click our arrow, click our arrow. And now in the sales area, we get to brand. So just like the quality is going to impact the cost, so, or how much we can get selling this product, so is the brand. So right now our brand reputation is like 0. This brand concern, it says, shows the effect of the brand rating has on the overall product rating. So for this raw material, this raw chicken, the brand, people don't really care. It's kind of a commodity. So they're saying even if you invest in it, it's only going to impact the rating of your product by 5%. So it's not that important to invest in advertising at this stage of the production chain. This one down here is kind of the same thing. It's another kind of raw material commodity, just mutton. So we're not going to invest in advertising on these, at least not yet. And there's no demand. We have supply. Now, how do we get demand out of this stuff? We got corn, which is in the process of growing. I think, is it growing yet? Yeah, it's growing. Then we've got chicken being turned into chicken meat, lambs being turned into mutton, and 2 sales offices ready to sell, but no one wants to buy it. So we want to buy it. We want to next place down a factory. Let's go large. I'll put it next to the farm. It doesn't really matter where you put it. Build. So here's our factory. And what we want to do, we want to produce canned goods. So we can do that in the middle here. So let's do manufacturing large. Select a product. Canned goods. Boom. Select. Okay, and it shows it needs chicken, it needs mutton, and it needs corn. So let's go get those. We need purchasing offices for all of that. I'm going to select medium. And what do I want to purchase? I want to purchase mutton from the Glidercat Corporation. So I'll select this supplier. And then I'm going to click a little arrow that goes from the purchasing office that has the mutton into our little factory unit that's going to make that canned goods. And then we need to supply corn as well. So another purchasing office. Select a supplier. This time we're going to look for corn. It's not going to show up until October. So we got to wait on that one. Let's do another purchasing office here. Medium. Select a supplier. And the last ingredient is the chicken. Here it is, Glidercat Corporation. We will buy from there. Click this arrow to get it into manufacturing. Now you can see here in the manufacturing unit, we've got chicken that's coming in, we've got mutton that's coming in, and we're waiting on corn. And now, once it's manufactured, we want to sell this off. I don't think there's an arrow going upwards. I don't think there is. Let's see, is there anything we could put here? Yeah, no, I don't think so. Excuse me. So let's go here and do sales. We'll do medium sales office, and we'll send those canned goods into our sales office. Right now, nothing is being produced until we get that corn. We're waiting for October for that. So right now, it's not showing there's any canned goods here to sell. So we got to wait for that to produce. And then let's look at our buildings. So we've got a store here. Now in our store, we can purchase. Let's purchase. Yeah, we don't have canned goods yet. What we're going to do in the store is purchase canned goods and sell them. Okay, meanwhile, we can take a look while we're waiting for October to come around, and I can speed up the clock here a little bit. You can see we're making a modest income here off our store, just reselling furniture that we're buying. Here, the brand awareness is 38%. So let's invest a little bit in our branding, and maybe we can get a better price and get more demand here. You can see our utilization's at 98%. Let's invest a little more in training so we're not missing out on the opportunity to sell more recliners. All right, we're in October. I'll turn the clock back down. We should be producing corn. Let's look at the large farm. I'll just double click on that. There we go. We've got corn. We're harvesting. The sales office has a full stock of it and no one's demanding it yet. So let's set up the demand side. That's here. Back to the large factory, purchasing. We want corn. It should show up now. Glidercat, corn. Select. Click the arrow. Now our manufacturing plant should be getting corn here. Boom, just got a big batch of it. And now our sales unit just got a bunch of canned goods that were produced, ready to sell. There's no demand yet, so let's do a couple things here. We can see that brand concern is 31%, so it's probably worth investing in a little bit of advertising. And so I'll hit OK to confirm that. And right now our utilization is pretty low, so I don't have to worry about training. Now let's go to our store. Purchase those canned goods. Here it is. Boom. And we'll sell them. I think I can get by with a small sales office. We'll see. We can always upgrade these later. Do my little arrow to get the purchased canned goods into the sales office. We get the branding thing here too. I'll add a little bit of advertising spend there. So we can see the supply, we can see the demand, we can see our utilization, and we can see our quality. So this quality number is the quality of the ingredients going in. And the brand is, you know, how well our brand is known. Right now we're just starting to advertise, so people don't know about our brand. And if I click on this canned goods icon here, boom, I can see everybody on the map who's currently selling it. And it's just us. Our rating overall is 16. Those products' current rating. Rating is a combination of the brand rating, the quality rating, and the price attractiveness. So if we were to sell canned goods for cheaper, I could get that rating higher. So say I go into canned goods. Here's the price it's currently selling for. There's our rating here, 16. Right? It has to do with the brand, the quality, and the price. If I lower our price, you can see the ratings going up, and it's going to generate more demand. But let's leave it kind of at what it was. And so now, okay, we can see our balance sheet. We're in the red because we're making a bunch of investments here. Cash on hand, we've got 11 million on hand. We've got 4.5 million in inventory. We've got almost 26 million in assets, the stuff, buildings we've bought and things. And then we own 2.2 million in land. We don't own any stocks. We have no loans. And hopefully we'll start to turn a profit here pretty soon. Let's take a look at our store. Utilization. Let's see if we can buy and sell some other goods. There's going to be more products here. We actually have chicken we could sell. So let's bring in some chicken from our farm. There's obviously more supply than demand. So I'm going to bring in some chicken. And I'm going to set up a sales office. Here comes the chicken. Brand is only 5%, so we don't need to invest too much in that. Look at the demand is pretty high, or was. Supply came in. Utilization's fine. There's not much of a markup here. We're selling it for 29 cents. We're paying 23 cents, so we're not going to make much off of this. But we will make something. All right, we're at 9.9 million on our balance sheet. We're investing a little bit. Oh, we should invest here, right? Let's see. This is the recliners. Let's invest a little bit in advertising on the recliners. Look at our utilizations at 100%. That means we need to do one of two things. It means our sales office is overwhelmed. The demand is exceeding our ability to meet it. just in terms of our workforce. We could go into where we're selling recliners here, the sales, click on this wrench and upgrade this unit to be a medium size. Let's do that. So now utilization went down to 50% and we're going to be able to make more sales, more profit. The markup on this one is, I don't know, like 35 bucks, 36 bucks. And it looks like I didn't hit okay on the brand. Let's invest a little bit in the brand since it's almost 40% of the rating. Hit okay to confirm that. And you can see the revenue here over on the left of our store is going up. We're selling more products. We're still in the red. So we're selling chicken. We're selling canned goods that we're making ourselves. We're selling the chicken that we're making ourselves. And we are selling recliners that we have purchased elsewhere. But it's still a pretty good markup. Decent. Let's take a look at the farm. We've got, for our corn, we have a ton of supply and we don't have much demand. So we want to make more vegetables or more canned goods. Canned goods. Okay, there's another auction. I'm just going to skip the auctions for now. So canned goods is not a lot of demand yet for these. Brand awareness is 31%. We're still pretty low. We've only got a score of 1 for our brand. But there's no competitors yet. It's just early game. So we have to wait until markets kind of develop. Now, one thing that's going to happen with our corn, because it's harvested only in October, even though we've got more corn than we know what to do with, got 15 billion units of corn, and the sales office has a bunch of corn. There's little demand. I would think there'd be a little more demand than that. Let's just double check that I didn't mess something up here in the factory. Yeah, we're bringing it in. Bringing it in. We've got plenty. Plenty of everything. The sales office is just, we're not getting enough demand on our canned goods. Let's go to the store and pump up demand. We can lower the price initially, maybe. Bring on the store, canned goods. Okay, demand is a little low. We're advertising. Let's lower the price and see if we can't pump up demand. I'll bring the price down so we're only making a small profit. And let's just see if we can get the demand moving up on the canned goods. We'll keep an eye on our utilization. So as the utilization goes up, that means that we're moving more product. The lowering the price has helped. We just climbed 1 point in branding. You can see lowering the price really increased our demand. And now we're going to use some of that corn. But I happen to know from my last little playthrough that we're likely going to run out of corn. What happens is when the new growing season comes around, when we get to October, any corn that is still sitting in inventory here, there's 14 million that hasn't been used, I think it's thrown away. So what we want to do is build a warehouse to store that corn. Let's do it. And then we can sell it throughout the whole year. Let's build a warehouse. Let's this guy here. Boom. And let's go for... Boy, that's expensive given how much money we've got. Let's go large just because we can't upgrade these later. We could take a loan if we need to. I'm going to take a chance here. Build a large warehouse. And I'm going to purchase... let's see. How do I want to do this? How about... We do a medium purchase office. We grab corn. Right, there's a ton of supply. And then here, let's do an inventory large. We'll link those two together. So now our purchasing office is purchasing corn from the farm and pushing it into an inventory. And this should hold a ton. And then from there, we're going to want to sell it. Boom. And now, instead of buying from the farm, go to our factory. And let's change the supplier for our factory to say, don't buy it straight from the farm. Buy it from the warehouse. So there's our large warehouse. Boom. So we're just going to change the supplier here. And what that did for us is just gave us a bunch of extra storage. So we don't have to, we're not going to risk losing the corn. I don't think. I think this should be able to keep up. We should see the farm kind of drain out of corn. Let's double check it. Corn, yeah, 11 million. So that's slowly coming down. Keep an eye on that. Yeah, 10.9. I'm not sure what that noise is. Yeah, how much stock is stored in the unit? Boom. Oh, bankruptcy. So it's warning us up top if we're going to go bankrupt here in a little bit. Let's just grab a loan. Let's grab a $5 million loan and hit borrow. That'll get us out of bankruptcy concern for a little bit. Let's take a look at our store, how we're doing. Hey, canned goods, we're now at 95% utilization. Let's kick up the training levels so we can move more of this product. And then we could probably, we'll see how this goes. We could put the price up a tiny bit now that we've kind of juiced up the demand and we're slowly advertising. Why don't we do that? Let's increase the price just a hair. Now let's check our other sales offices, see how we're doing. Recliners. We could actually pump up the demand here a little bit too. Why don't we lower the price on these a bit? Canned goods we saw is okay. And then chicken, the markup is so tiny. It's almost not worth selling this way. But I believe we've got surplus, so we'll make a tiny bit of profit off of that. So we are losing money right now. Okay, manufacturing, we're at 23% utilization. We still need more demand for our canned goods. We've got a ton of supply, but not enough demand. We are advertising, so this is where some of our drain of money is going. Let's look at our store one more time. Canned goods. 90% utilization. Quality's low. Everything's kind of low right now. All right, we've got room at the store. Let's see if we can buy and sell something else and make a little profit. Let's see, our recliners. The demand's pretty low on these right now. Let's see if we can lower that price a little bit more. And then we'll check the competitors. Oh, we've got competitors now. So these are all the people selling recliners. And right now our rating is 17. So that is, or no, our rating is 47. That's our overall. How attractive are the recliners that we're selling? And we're tied with Soros, and we are beating out Murdoch just barely. And then we've got Balmer, which is not doing so well, and Seaport, which isn't doing well. But let's see if we can undercut the competition and raise our rating and sell a bunch more. That means we probably have to lower the price. Let's drop it down one notch. We don't have much profit margin left here. And then let's take a look and see. So now we're at 48. Be nice to get one more. Let's go one more tick down in price. We're only getting $4. $4 profit per unit. Let's take a look at the sales office. That should pump up demand. 58. Okay, now we're at least 2 points above the next largest competitor. We're underselling by about $11. But hopefully that's going to result in more revenue for us. All right. Let's take a look. I don't want to see for our farm. Okay, corn's doing good. We don't have the demand we want on the chicken, and we have no demand on the mutton. Almost no demand on the mutton. Maybe we can sell that too in our store. I don't know that we'll make much from it because it is one of these raw ingredients. But we got room here. Let's get a purchasing office. See if we can do mutton. I'm not sure we can even sell that. Looks like we can. Buy it. And we can sell it cheap. Okay, demand. Let's take a look at the market. No one else is selling it. Maybe we just leave this as it is. The brand is not a big concern, so we're not going to spend on advertising for this one. And that should bring in a tiny bit more revenue. Hopefully exceeding the wages and stuff. Because we do have wages by having this operation going. Okay, canned goods. We're moving a lot of canned goods. That's good to see. We're at 95% utilization. I'm going to go ahead and increase our training a little bit on this. Still looks like we're still losing money. Copper auction. We're not going to do auctions yet. We don't have a lot of cash. We can take out some big loans if we want. But let's see if we can turn a profit on these first few products. Profit is going down. So I'm not sure if we're making a profit on these guys or not. It might be that the markup is so low that we're not overcoming the cost of just having this sales office open. Chicken, we are competing on chicken. Oh man. So Soros is selling it for 25 cents a unit. We're selling for 29. That's kind of killing our costs. Let's see if we can bring the price down. If that helps us or not. That's pretty darn low. You get a bankruptcy warning again. So now we've got our rating up to 34. We should be getting more sales, but we're making like a penny, 2 pennies per sale. That may not be enough. Let's go ahead and take a loan. Go 5 million more. It occurs to me that my first playthrough was on easy difficulty and this is medium. So that's why I'm Maybe I'm seeing things a little worse. Let's stop here for now. This episode, we'll end this episode here and we will pick it up next episode. We're just getting started. We've got a store where we're selling 4 products. We're selling our canned goods, our chicken, and our mutton. And then we're also selling recliners that we are buying from a third party, hopefully at a modest profit, very modest profit. It looks like our store is still in the red, barely, just barely in the red. $35 a month or $50 a month we're losing. So hopefully that will rebound. But yeah, we'll pick it up next episode. For now, this is Glidercat saying thanks so much for watching. Special thanks to Glidercat patrons and channel members. Really appreciate your support. And I'll see you all in the next episode.